Everybody, welcome to Network Connection. My name is Ronnie. Today I have the pleasure to talk with Scott Martz and Maria Wirth. They're the co-founders of Business Owners Trade Alliance, located in Pennsylvania. Hey guys, how are you today?
Very good. Thank you, Ronnie.
Doing great.
Yay! All right, so let's jump right in. What is it that you guys do? Tell us.
Business Owners Trade Alliance is a membership of businesses that buy and sell from one another in a way that leverages their goods and services so as they can purchase things without using cash or credit. And yes, I did say that. You can actually purchase things personally for yourself or for your business without using cash and credit. Business owners do a lot of private trade back and forth one another outside of a formal network. And they do it because it's a cashless transaction. However, it doesn't come around all that often. So in a professional organized barter system, clients can purchase and buy from one another using what we call a trade dollar versus cash. So it's a way for clients to get new customers they wouldn't otherwise get. It's a way to earn another revenue stream. And it's a way to increase your cash flow because when you're spending trade, you're not spending cash. So if you look at your chart of accounts and you see that you spend $3,000 in print, and you spend $10,000 a year in advertising, that's a lot of money, and those things could be traded for by getting new customers versus having to pay cash for it.
That is very interesting. So how did you guys get into how did this idea came to be?
Well, I myself owned a business where I had bartered in the past, so I knew that it worked. I enjoyed it. I came across a barter company that was on the other side of the country. And I thought it was an incredible concept. And Scott and I came from different backgrounds. He had actually worked in management, whereas I had been a business owner most of my life. We had different skill sets. And mine being a lot of marketing, understanding the entrepreneurial mindset, and Scott coming from management and having worked with a lot of people and in a business consulting position, he understood a lot about the inner workings of a company. And so together, we've been an incredible team, I think, for 10 years having done this and having built what is now the largest network of businesses that are trading products and services in Eastern Pennsylvania. And also we're part of a national network. And I actually was just recently elected to the global board. So we work with other trade exchanges all throughout the country so that we can connect people to opportunities in other states and even in other countries, which is kind of exciting. Sometimes we work with businesses that it's a better fit for us to put them out to a wider marketplace if they have a certain product that they're looking to get into other areas. We're very good at doing that. And of course, for travel, if our members are looking to travel to another country, to an island, that's something we can do for people. So we're located here in Eastern Pennsylvania. The bulk of our membership is in about 15 counties in Greater Philadelphia, the Allentown area, all the way down to the border of Maryland. And then we have close trading partners that are in Maryland, in New Jersey. So we're kind of surrounded by this whole network of thousands of businesses that are trading amongst each other. It's really a lot of fun, and you create relationships that are really very deep because you're actually buying and selling with one another.
That is a really incredible, guys. Like I had to do a little research for this interview, and I feel like my eyes were like, I didn't even like, you just blew my mind with this. And I'm so excited to actually interview you guys and talk to you. So let me ask you this. So over the course of the last 10 years, what is like one of like, or some of your favorite like stories, great stories that happened?
I think one of the biggest success stories that we could possibly share is we ran into a company that needed a roofing project, and the insurance wasn't going to cover the project, and they were faced with a situation where they were either going to lose their business, they didn't have enough cash to get the roof fixed, they were looking at possibly having to violate their lease agreement, if you will, which would put them in a bad position. Fortunately, we ran into them, heard about the situation, and in a trade exchange, depending upon certain types of companies, depending upon what they do, we can loan out interest-free trade dollar loans, where a client can actually purchase first and then pay it back by accepting customers in order to pay back the loan. So in this particular situation, we were able to provide that extension of credit, and they got the roof fixed, being able to use trade credits instead of cash. And then over the years, it took about only a year and a half, we continued to send them clients for them to service, and they were able to pay back that loan using the trade dollars that they earned by us sending them new customers.
In
So-
auto body work, just to
Yeah.
mention what they did. So, I mean, that was obviously a great thing for a lot of people who needed their vehicles done, wanted them to look nicer for their customers when they pull up to do a job. So everyone wins. That's the cool thing about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's,
Yeah.
I'm-
Some other great success stories are clients that we have that have a product or a service that isn't necessarily going to be sold here. Recently, we had a client that is a paper straw manufacturer, quite honestly, and some states and countries are banning single-use plastics. We heard about this individual, and he joined our trade exchange, and we sent him out to our global network. And within 3 days, he had one of the largest orders that he has ever had in the cash world. So it's incredible
Wow.
for him to be able to get his product out there where there's already competition out there, and he's here locally in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. And it's a really cool restaurant in San Francisco too. So that's a nice thing for him to be able to put on his website, because at the bottom of his website, he has his customers there. And so in addition to local businesses, he's going to be able to put this neat restaurant that he works with in San Francisco.
So amazing, guys. So
Yeah.
what are some of the trades that, not trades, but what are some of the businesses that you have under you? Like, who are you hosting?
Oh my Lord. We have 340 plus clients at this time. It's spread out through about 15 counties, as Maria had stated.
Mhm.
But it's everything from services, meaning computers.
I can go through that.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna have
It's
to.
an endless list from what you guys are saying.
Well, if you go to major categories, advertising, marketing, and there are literally thousands of options there, because that's national advertising, everything from literally USA Today to the Times Square billboard, all the way down to advertising in your local paper, and then business products and services such as accountants and lawyers, and any kind of business professional that would serve a business, products like promotional products and company apparel, and computer services, IT management,
Bookkeeping, payroll, accounting,
accounting.
Pest control.
Landscaping,
Just like
contractors,
roofing, yeah.
building supplies, all the way going down into home and family and restaurants and entertainment. And you could trade to go to a Broadway show. Like now, I guess not right now, but
Like,
when
I
that
need
gets back,
tickets to Hamilton. Anybody? Do you guys need uniforms? Is this how
Yeah.
it works?
we have had members who have traded to go to see Hamilton. Yes. So
God, that's insane.
you can
That
do
is
that.
so cool.
Yeah.
That is so
We have
cool. So
trading partners in Manhattan.
amazing. You guys are incredible. I'm sorry. You guys are probably the most innovative people I had got to interview with this, and I'm just so excited. And I think you can see it. I'm sorry, I'm like a little little girl OG up here. Okay, so let's give it a little bit. I think we did talk a little bit about COVID, but let's talk a little bit more about it. So how did that affect your business?
Actually, COVID, I hate to say it, but was kind of a blessing in disguise for us. As we're learning and doing more virtual meetings, I feel that a lot of the business world, it's been a little bit of a blessing in the sense that many clients, get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to get ready, and they have to drive 30 minutes, fight traffic to get to their morning networking meeting. It takes time. In our world, we would sometimes drive 2.5 hours just to introduce ourselves to a client. So we have found through COVID, with everybody doing Zoom, meaning the normal networking meetings going from in-person to Zoom, we're able to meet a much wider breadth of people and business owners in a wider geographical area. So that's been extremely helpful. Obviously, with COVID and businesses being shut down and being tight on cash, obviously trade and barter is quite explosive in that type of environment. Not that it doesn't flourish in a great environment, because it does, because everybody has a lot more cash flow. But in a situation with COVID, where businesses are really trying to maximize every penny they have to stay alive, it's really beneficial to be able to spend trade versus cash.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow, that's amazing. Let
Yeah.
me ask you a question that's not on my list. That's the tip, not tip. This is the running question of the day. So how does your platform actually work? So how is it like you get in the membership, I assume, right? And how does it work? Just
Yeah,
walk me through the process.
it's real simple. When a member joins the trade exchange, a couple of different things happen. First of all, they get a username and a password to their private trade account, where they can access the entire membership directory. They can bill people, they can post specials, they can post items for sale. After that step, we use a mail
service.
mail service, if you will, MailChimp, to blast out that client to all of the other members. So now they know that they exist, and they're going to take services or sell products on trade. After that, we begin to promote them in several different ways. And it works very much like online banking in terms of having a personal trade account. It's basically just like an online banking account, except it operates in trade dollars. So if one client sells to the other, the seller can literally sign into their account. They can select the buyer from the drop-down list. They put in the amount that is due them and the description or invoice number. They hit post transaction. The buyer and the seller get an automatic email that there was a transaction posted to their account. We get a copy of it. Trade dollars are transferred automatically from one account to another, and the system just continues to work in that way.
Amazing, guys. I am so impressed. I gotta stop because I look like I'm like again like a little girl like on Christmas with you guys, but just incredible, amazing. How much does a membership cost? Is it something you mind sharing along? If not, I'll just cut it out.
Yeah. $295 is our one-time fee to join as a basic member. And
But we have
there's 3 levels of membership. Yeah.
We have 3 levels of membership, so that we can help small, mid-size, and large companies. This basic BOTA membership is $295. A preferred membership is $495. A corporate is $695. And the differences in the levels are a couple of different things. One is the brokerage fee that is paid on purchases, as well as our ability to be able to underwrite interest-free trade dollar loans. So trade exchanges make money. They all make money the same way. There's a one-time setup fee, and that $295, $495, $695 that we're talking about is not annual. That makes you a member for life. So each member pays $15 a month to maintain their membership in good standing. That helps us cover the fees for our having to send out statements and track everybody's accounts and continue to market you, send you business, find what you want on trade. Because if you have trade and we don't have a pink lawnmower, for example, and that's what you want, we've got to try and find a company that has a pink lawnmower so that you can get it on trade. And then the way trade exchanges actually make money, because nobody can live off of $15 a month, is we charge a brokerage fee anywhere between 10 and 15% on purchases only. And obviously that's paid in cash. That's how we survive.
Very cool. Very interesting. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for your time. This was extremely interesting, eye-opening, mind-blowing. I really enjoyed this. Would you mind sharing with us what is the best way to get in touch with you?
Actually, it's quite a funny story. We went with a corporate phone, but we did not when we started out with member number 1. Once we got to 20 members, we tried to switch, and ever since we have grown, no one has called our corporate number. So we recently have just done away with the 1-800 number, and we use our cell phones because we're highly involved in every client interaction, and we do a lot of guiding with businesses in order to help them. So the best way to reach us is by our cell phones. Maria at 484-225-6063, and myself, Scott, at 610-207-6296. And we can both be reached by email at info@botatrade.com, as in BOTA trade.com.
Awesome. Well,
Which
thank
is our
you guys.
website.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Yep, which is our website too, Ronnie.
Awesome. BOTA.com.
No,
www.bota, BOTATRADE.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much again. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.
same
Thank
to
you,
you.
and same to you, Ronnie.